Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Three Questions with Commercial Integrator. Today we are very lucky to be joined by Mark Corbin of Vanco. Mark, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. We're talking about AV over IP this week, and right off the bat, how does AV over IP benefit CIs, commercial integrators?
Okay, sure. Yeah. Obviously, it has multi-functions that any kind of matrix, splitter, distribution source of any other kind of video has never had, right? So your capability is not only splitting, switching, maybe even matrix style where you have multiple sources, multiple displays, but it's the integration of video walls. It's the integration of scheduling, programming, all of those things that you can't do without obviously an internet connection or a network connection. So it supplies not only a great distribution source, but it gives you the opportunity to do digital signage. It gives you, like I said, video walls, and even possibly scrolling messages across different screens. So, custom integration with an IP system gives you flexibility to not only create all those different solutions for your customer, but it also gives you endless amounts of sources and receivers. Unless you can hit, like our system, 1,056 sources and displays, send us a picture, that'd be awesome. But it's one of those things where it gives you so much room to improve the job, make it larger, and it gives you so much flexibility.
Yeah, and it's continuing to grow and evolve. So in your opinion, what's next for AV over IP? Where can commercial integrators expect it to go from here?
So I think a lot of what we're going to see is better resolutions, right? So more 4K solutions than what's out there right now. Currently, there's only a few manufacturers who are really doing well in the true 4K, let's call it 60 hertz solution. I think you're going to see that start to rise. I'm sure you're going to see probably within the next year and a half to 2 years an 8K solution developed. So don't expect that. I guess the question then is how big are your network switches going to have to handle, and how large are they going to have to be? But I also see the capability of probably enlarging video wall solutions and maybe even expanding the amount of video walls you can have per job. And then obviously we see even more activation within other products, right? So other companies being able to interact with products, even via possibly voice control or even IR control.
Okay, and I know something that voice control, like you mentioned, that's something that Vanco, you guys are specifically excited about when it comes to AV over IP. So could you discuss how AV over IP fits into voice control?
Yeah, us being one of the first systems that really integrated Alexa and Google Home into your voice control, it's really unique because everything's kind of taking over voice control nowadays. So even in your commercial space, whether it be restaurants, bars, larger shopping areas with multiple screens doing digital signage display for you, it's really great that you can voice command that and change that without having to go into an interface. We're seeing a lot of homes obviously utilize that, but not only homes, we're just seeing so many commercial applications now, and everything's easier. So we're utilizing, but not just Google Home and Alexa, just voice commands in general, whether it's switching, even adding a video wall, stuff like that. We all feel that it would be simpler if we can make it available via voice command. And it's going to be a continually growing industry. So it might, being a cloud-based system, which is what ours is, it allows us to access those opportunities, which is huge and is an advantage in any type of setting, whether you want to use it or not. At least it's available.
Okay, tons of great information, and I know Vanco has plenty more information about AV over IP and much more. If our audience wants to learn more about what you guys can provide them or what you guys do, how can they reach you and find out?
Yeah, great. Our website is vanco1, that's the number 1.com. And you can also see us on social media at Twitter and Facebook at Vanco International and LinkedIn as well.
Okay, great. Mark Corbin of Vanco, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Jonathan. I really appreciate it. Thank you.